Hey, how's it going? My name is jackiefishhh and welcome back to another Warhammer 2 Total War custom map battle. Today we are on a free-for-all map, putting up all the knightly orders against one another to see who will come out on top. We have the Knights Panther being commanded by one of the Middelheim players with some really awesome looking units. I love the capes on these Knights Panther. They really do stand out from the crowd. We then have the dismounted Knights Panther, just sword and shield heavy infantry. We also have Boris on, not just a great general of the Empire up here. He's not repping the cape or anything like that. Then as we further go back, we have some more Knights Panther on horseback. So there's going to be lots of heavy cavalry in this battle, in this free-for-all engagement. Then over on this side, we have the Hammers of Sigmar. That's going to be repping on this right side with lots of kind of elite heavy cavalry, as well as this gruesome shock infantry, which we'll go take a look at now. We also have these Hunters of Sigmar dismounted with halberdiers. They're going to be the front line. Again, they look really crisp and clean. I love the armor. I mean, this is going to be a really exciting battle just because of the sheer amount of heavily armored infantry everyone has. Then we also have these guys. These are the Hammers of Sigmar, wrapping up the rest of the infantry. And again, looking pretty badass with that two-handed hammer. Really nice. Then as we make our way over to the next player, we can see what they're bringing. They are bringing the Knights of the Black Rose, which I think are my favorite knightly order, because they just look so clean in that black armor. They look really good, and look at their war steeds as well. They look pretty ferocious, and they just look really cool. And you guys know I'm a sucker for two-handed sword infantry. I really am. They have some more infantry back here again, all Knights of a Black Rose. Then for the final player over on this side, we do have the Knights of the Everlasting Light. Very much like these are much more brighter than the other ones we're used to, with their blue armor. But again, it's just really cool to see there's so much heavy infantry on the field of battle, all kind of stacked to the toe with their armor. And again, it looks really nice. I love the chainmail and kind of the coat over the under the armor. Really nice. Cool. Let's just go ahead and get this battle started, see how it's going to kick off. And as you can see as well, it is a pretty long battle. A 30-minute free-for-all is pretty insane. And we're going to be getting several engagements. We have actually just got an engagement over here between the Hammers of Sigmar and also the Knights Panther. They're going to be the ones kicking off this battle with just this heavy cavalry. And I mean, because we are using knightly orders in this engagement, there are going to be so much heavy cavalry just roaming the battlefield, looking for blood, looking to kill one another. And let me know in the comments down below what knightly order you guys think are going to come out on top in this battle. I'd be interested to see. I'm sticking with my boys of the Knights of the Black Rose because I just think they look awesome. But who knows? Who knows what could happen in this engagement? We're going to get some magic coming down. I imagine this is a Comet of Cassandra we're going to see kind of emerging. Oh no, it's not. It's going to be a flame spell. And that's actually going to be ripping through the Knights Panther. I'm pretty sure it was cast by them, and it just went the wrong way. And that's kind of the problem with these vortex spells, is that they can really hurt you if you're not careful. But it is going back. It is going back onto the Hammers of Sigmar. So it's kind of hurting both sides. I'm not really sure if that was worth it, really, for the forces of the Knights Panther there to cast that. Over on this side as well, we do have a kind of freeway engagement between the Knights of the Black Rose, the Everlasting Light. We have their halberdiers fighting one another here, as well as a warrior priest right there. I love the Archlector kind of battle skin. Looks so cool. And I don't really see him being used too much as well in like online play. I guess maybe he's not as strong as we're used to, but he looks really cool. We also have some more of the cavalry here, the two-handed greatsword units of the Knights of the Everlasting Light. But these guys should also be engaging against the Knights of Sigmar, who are getting engaged. Oh no, these are the Knights of the Black Rose, sorry, who are just being hit by some magic spells, waiting to kind of commit more of their forces. They've deployed a couple bit, but at the moment they're getting smashed by this magic, which is pretty deadly to them. The Knights of the Black Rose about to get another flame spell, just ripping through their lines. And you can see it's doing a lot of damage and definitely racking up some good points for one another. Over here, the Knights of the Black Rose completely dominating the battlefield against the Knights of the Everlasting Light. You can see the damage going off here. And if you're curious who's who, just look at the border around the units. So the Knights of the Black Rose are going to be commanded by Blue Lotus. Gennaku is going to be commanding the Knights of the Everlasting Light. You can tell by the color around the banner. And then on the other side, you can just look at the map as well. I guess you can see that the Knights Panther are being commanded by Snowbee, One Kenobi, and then obviously the Knights Panther is being commanded by Deadman. So if you're curious about who's coming out on top and what Knightly Order is winning, that's going to be it. So at the moment, the Knights of the Everlasting Light are racking up a bunch of points right now. And that's actually really surprising. I didn't think they'd be doing as great as they are doing, but they really are going to town. And I wonder what they're killing. I guess it's their magic, and they do have their fingers in so many pies right now as well, as they do have infantry over here as well, actually engaging pretty much everyone. Yeah, I think they're literally fighting everyone on the field of battle. And that's definitely showing in the way of the point score right now. You know, they're able to take away points from every single player, which is pretty smart because, you know, sometimes when you just fight one player, you end up kind of minimizing the maximum amount of score you can get because the enemy only have so much HP. Whereas if you attack 3 different people, you can really rack up a lot of points. So this is a 3-way battle going on right here. We have the Knights of the Black Rose, the Everlasting Light, and the Hammers of Sigmar all in this big old cluster, which is lovely to see. I would love to see the Knights Panther turn up, but I think at the moment they're sitting back, just commanding, you know, trying to deal with these battles. And I guess this is kind of why they're in last place right now. They need to kind of step it up and get around here and, you know, try and help out. I think at the moment he's really trying to deal with the Knights of the Everlasting Light here. But he's struggling to do that, and really some good flanks around here because he has the numbers as the Knights of the Everlasting Light are so like split up. He could really just kind of make his move round the flanks and surround these guys. Even maybe pull off some of his cavalry here to go hammer and anvil into the side of these guys and really rack up an easy victory there. And then he could like end up moving the rest of his forces elsewhere. At the moment though, he's really tied down with this cavalry engagement. The cavalry engagement against the Hammers of Sigmar is still going on. But we'll make our way back to the main engagement with Gennaku up to 30,000 points now. Obviously, the points scores will be a little bit skewed just solely because of the way that the mod's set up. Their units are obviously worth more points because it's modded. But I don't think that's really an issue when we're not using any vanilla units. So that's why. And I'm pretty sure these guys just played on max money and just brought everything they could, which is lovely to see. You always want to have these epic kind of full to the brim battles. So yeah, they've got the Knights Hunter here. We've got the Hammers of Sigmar. That's one side. Obviously, we also have the Everlasting... Oh my god, these guys of the Everlasting Light are surrounded on both sides by enemies. That's pretty brutal. And I love the way we can just see more of a battle going up over here. Again, all this needs is for Knights Panther just to turn up and look for a good old scrap as the main engagement is just erupting over here. How did this fight end up going out of interest? It does look like that the Knights of the Black Rose are going to win this little side engagement. But Gennaku is starting to run away with it. 5,000 points is really, really nice. And also, Gennaku's general just gone down. So the Knights of the Everlasting Light have just lost their general, which is pretty huge. They have a couple units around here, which are going to be getting a nice little rear charge here. Oh no, he just kind of realizes, gets his cavalry out of there. A few of them go down. But yeah, he's going to get a little bit more damage there. But I feel like Gennaku might almost be spent here. Being kind of almost ganged up on by 2 people and splitting up his army, you know, that's a risk you're having to take. But I mean, his forces here are doing really, really good. They're cutting forward through these halberds. I guess they are halberds. And that's going to be one of the main reasons why they're doing so well. You know, this is great sword infantry and sword and shield infantry against halberds. Obviously, the halberds are meant for more kind of, you know, defensive as well as keeping the cavalry at bay. We do have one of the generals coming in. It's hard to tell who's general's who because none of them are wearing like the outfit of the Knightly Order. But I assume this is the Knights Panther general coming out and helping, mainly because that's who he's attacking. And they are putting up a really good fight here. More men getting sucked for that. That looks so amazing. Look how cool that looks. Just with the sun glaring in. That's really, really nice. Looking awesome. Warhammer 2 always does look great. More infantry going in. I mean, they really do need to catch up here. Because again, he's only on 12,000 points. He's really far behind. Like, these guys are going to struggle to catch up. I mean, granted, they might have a lot of men left. I think if we look at the Hammers of Sigmar, we can see they do have a lot of men left. But they're definitely far behind. I mean, if these guys... Because the thing is, there's a lot of points still to be had in this battle, as Obi-Wan Kenobi with his Knights Panther have barely really got engaged. And there's a lot of them still to die, and there's a lot of points there. So if one player can kind of clean up this area and then go and kill him, you know, the Hammers of Sigmar could definitely still be in this. And again, I love them. They look so awesome there with their hammers, just smashing in, caving in the chests of the Knights of the Black Rose there. You can see the auras affecting these guys, boosting their morale. More heavy infantry here as well. I mean, I imagine the Hammers of Sigmar are going to be doing great against these halberd Black Rose infantry. As we go down fighting in the streets. Okay, cool. Let's go and see what's left for Genneku and the Knights of the Everlasting Light. Doesn't look like much. I mean, he still is alive. He does definitely have this over here still remaining. I mean, he's got himself a good amount of points, 40,000, but he is about to be spent, I think. Giving Lotus a great opportunity to catch up. Here we go. Finally, we see the Knights Panther making their way around the flanks to finish this up. I feel like it's a little bit late. Because the problem is with the Knights Panther is there's not really too much for them left to kill. Well, I guess there is quite a lot for them left to kill, but they just need to get there before it's too late. And it's great to see them finally moving into this battle. And kind of, I guess they kind of were just holding off, waiting for their time. Moving a huge amount of their cavalry over here, trying to run down this unit of Blackguard, which is currently being commanded by Lotus. And now the cavalry's turning up. This is really, really smart. Oh, baby, if they come in here, this is going to be devastating. That damage, look how many men just go flying off there. Not as bad as I thought, to be honest. However, they definitely are going to be doing great here, especially because the Knights of the Black Rose are actually surrounded by also the Everlasting Light as well. So they've got the Knights Panther on the front and some pretty heavy greatswords behind. However, there is a unit of these halberdier infantry moving around that right flank. If they can come into the side now, they can kind of kill these guys so quickly. They are armor piercing, and obviously they have that spear weapon, so I imagine they do a lot of damage. The unit itself is actually really low. And has Genneku... Yeah, Genneku seems to come out on top here. Wow. There are still a couple men over here. So this is kind of where the main strength of the Hammers of Sigmar are. Right here. Then we also have the main strength of the Knights of the Black Rose. So yeah, I feel like Genneku is at his limit now. He's going to probably hit around about 40,000, but he's going to be dead, leaving Blue Lotus a perfect opportunity to come up here. And I think really what needs to happen is this force, the Knights of Deadman and the Hammers of Sigmar, need to come flying into the side of Lotus. And if they can do that, I think then they might be able to start catching up. But I mean, don't count out the Knights Panther either yet. They still have a lot left fighting in them. They're trying to push on. I think they just really need to get this big portion of the army into the fight itself. Also, this is so awesome that we actually have like a full-on like 30-minute replay. Again, my Discord have been sending in me these long battles recently, and it's really great because they just kind of feel so much more epic than the usual like 10 to 15-minute battles which we get with Warhammer. There feels like there is very much a back and forth, and anyone could win, you know, no matter what happens. And hopefully you guys have been enjoying these battles too. And if you are, please make sure to drop a like and a comment down below, as it does really help out the channel and lets me know that you guys just want to see more battles like this, you know, more Discord battles. Yeah, more Knights Panther just need to be committed to this front fight up here. There's so many points to be had. Oh, and this is what I was talking about. Brilliant. We're about to see the Hammers of Sigmar come flying into the back of the Knights of the Black Rose. But granted, they have actually just surrounded these Knights Panther here. Wow, they've completely surrounded them. That is awesome. And yeah, because they've surrounded them, they can actually deploy some more men over here. Whereas if the Knights Panther were attacking right now, this would be a perfect opportunity for the Hammers of Sigmar to move in. And they're forming up into a nice formation before marching on. That's great to see. These guys are looking for blood. There's already plenty of blood covering their uniforms, but they are looking for some more. And the Knights of the Black Rose are looking to form up somewhat of a defense. I mean, they are kind of low on a lot of their units. The Hammers of Sigmar getting ready to go in as well. And they're going to be coming in. But we're going to get a really good charge off here on the Hammers of Sigmar. Look at these hammers just going flying from the cavalry. The Greysword cavalry is in here, and I imagine they'll be anti-infantry, doing lots and lots of damage. I think the cavalry is going to be pushing off to that right flank. However, the Hammers of Sigmar are now coming into the back of these guys, sending both sides flying down the hill. And the Knights Panther just need to commit their men. They're getting so stuck up down here. And you can see how much it is hurting them right now. They're just running out of these points. You can also see the strength of having silver upgrades on your unit compared to the Knights Panther who don't. Like, these guys have been able to fight here for so long. Yeah, you can see the silver upgrades against no upgrades. Honestly, I would almost just abandon this because there's just so many points to be had over here as we go down the battle line.
As long as we outnumber them, we will hold!
I mean, you just about outnumber them. Just about. Oh, the Hammers of Sigmar. People are going flying with these ferocious smashings of the weapons on both sides as well. Oh, some magic going off. Oh, what a huge wind attack right there. That was a beautiful wind blast. I think it was from the Hammers of Sigmar. Because it did kind of seem to hit them a lot more. That was a great amount of damage, I imagine, going down on the HP. As we can actually see for a second. Yeah, a lot of these guys are getting close to being routing as more and more men just get sent flying. That is brutal. As we just zoom out this battle. Wow, this is an insane engagement right now. More explosions as well. Horns going out. I really just want to see the Knights Panther come over this cliff, but it's just looking like they're not doing it. Again, they have a lot of men still ready to come, but they're just busy.
Don't give them an inch!
I'm not sure if the Hammers of Sigmar are going to get enough points because they are pretty far ahead. Granted, there's still like 5k for the last man standing. So there is definitely an opportunity. Geneko is actually still in this battle as well. Yeah, she has a couple brave halberdiers right here. I think these are the last ever light champions right here. Everlasting light champions. Bravely fighting off. This is quite a slow engagement as well, to be honest. Going back over to this flank as well, we can see more of the gruesome battle. And we do have the Hunters of Sigmar, which are part of the Hammers of Sigmar. Fighting off against the Black Rose. More cavalry charges coming in as well. This is really smart by Lotus to bring in his Knights of the Black Rose with great weapons into the back of these Hammers of Sigmar. Knights Panther still not making their move. Wow, they're being tied down. They could literally leave like one unit here to fight this instead of all of these guys. But I guess it does pay to be safe, you know. Do make sure you take these guys down and then push on. And I mean, as soon as this side is done, all of this infantry can now join the battle, which is going to be a great bit of engagement. And I really hope it happens along this slope. I hope that they form up along this slope and wait for the victor of this to happen, because I really want to see that charge down that hill.
Smash them aside!
As the battle continues down here. I really don't know who's going to come out on top in this engagement. Because again, if the Hammers of Sigmar can win this and then do some damage against the Knights of the Panther, not the Knights Panther, then they definitely still stand a chance of winning this battle. Because they get that money for, like, obviously being last man standing, or points for being last man standing. Lotus is fully in the lead now with almost 50,000 points. But again, you guys got to remember that the Knights Panther still have a large portion of their army left, so there's plenty more people to die. And I really want to see some more cavalry, more hammer and anvils going off. Does look like that the Knights of the Black Rose are going to be trying to do that. They might be losing this unit to being routed, though. They're going to try one more time to kind of route these other units around here. Lotus, Geneko is almost out. He just has some couple units over here. But it does look like the Knights Panther are starting to make their move. And finally about to break this unit. I mean, the thing is that these units don't route because they are sworn brothers of the Knightly Orders. They simply don't route. So you do have to wait till they die. There's just 8 brave men still left here of the Everlasting Light. But it does look like the Knights Panther are finally about to get into this. Look how much damage they took. Just from a portion of Geneko's army. That's pretty brutal. I think it's because these guys don't have any upgrades whatsoever, whereas everyone else did. Or at least I think, yeah, everyone else pretty much did. Like, the Lotus's units have full golden XP. And this is obviously, they obviously set amount of money that everyone could use. So don't think that this is unbalanced because some people have used experience and some people haven't. I'm pretty sure everyone used the exact same amount of money. Some of these horses just getting their chests caved in. Their legs broken by these hammers. But it's great to see them starting to move up. And finally, Gennaku has gone down. My god, that took a while. That really did. And I just don't honestly see anyone catching Blue Lotus right now. He seems to be running away with the show. Well, that's not to say that he won't go down. I think experience just really helps these guys down. That's one of the reasons why he's managing to stay up in this battle. There are still a couple pockets of resistance for the Hammers of Sigmar. They are starting to slowly go down and get ruined. And I think they're not going to even... They might just about break 30,000 points, but that's nowhere near the 50,000 that Blue Lotus has to offer. As more halberdiers come flying into the side of the Hammers of Sigmar, they're being completely surrounded right now, being picked apart. The halberdiers using that ranged weapon to their advantage. Apparently the gods have abandoned these men as the battle cries go out. The Knights Panther are now marching. Wow, this looks awesome. They're marching up to battle. They've got their scout up there, their general, ordering the advance. As he can see everything, the light is glimmering on these guys right now as they continue to make their push. More and more of them going up. Their capes looking amazing. And the infantry just waiting. Are they going to wait to move in, or are they just going to try and seize this opportunity whilst these two guys are still fighting? But it looks a bit though, Lotus has managed to clear up most of these guys. The Knights of the Black Rose have managed to do a lot of damage, and there's not a lot of them left, if I'm honest, compared to the Knights of the Black Panther. Knights of the Black Panther. Knights Panther. However, there are still quite a few of them. And again, these guys don't seem to have experience, because I guess they went for more like heavy upgrades on their mages and stuff. Because I'm pretty sure Blue Lotus and his forces of the Knights of the Black Rose didn't bring any magic on their side whatsoever. And I also think they brought a lot less cavalry. But here we go. The final engagement going off right now. Both sides clashing into one another. The Knights Panther against the Knights of the Black Rose. And we are going to see a little bit of an outflank here as one of the, or a lot of the Knights Panther can start making their way around this flank. We do have more of the Knights of the Black Rose as well, though, being involved in this battle. And we're going to see the Knights Panther coming directly into the side of these guys. And more of these halberdiers clashing into one another. That's kind of cool how we've got a few kind of segregated men. 3-on-1 right now. 3-on-1. And it does look like the Knights of the Black Rose are kind of taking a pounding in that engagement. More of an... Oh my god, look at an entire unit came in to help him out. Just to kill this one poor guy. He must be a legendary warrior. However, he is now slain, so... We also have the monsters as well. The Pegasus and also the general unit as well. Roaming around the battlefield. I don't know actually ever seen the general for Blue Lotus's army. I guess he must have died. Or maybe he's just an infantry unit.
Fight, men. Fight for
He must just be an infantry unit, right?
Die, traitor!
Unless he has just already died. I imagine he has. Which is going to be hurting the morale a little bit of these guys. If only there was some range units, you know, just to finish off this Empire General. I think that would cause a huge rout in the Knights Panther. However, the morale is looking pretty sturdy. Let's have a look. What is it? Yeah, I mean, their morale is 75. Without a general, some flanks, maybe you could rout them. But I imagine it is very, very hard.
They are wavering! Die, traitor! Die, traitor!
I think they're calling each other traitors. Surely they're all traitors for fighting one another. Did the Knightly Orders ever go up against one another? Out of interest, do let me know in the comments. That'd be interesting to read just to see if they did or not. They did fight one another.
Die, traitor!
It does seem though Lotus, there's no catching him whatsoever. But to be fair, the Hammers of Sigmar are still alive somewhere. They have a couple units left. There's just so many units. Oh, there, here we go. All the Hammers of Sigmar making their way around the side. And the Hunters. They mainly just have Hunters of Sigmar, but there should be a few of them still left remaining. I think they're coming around the side, seeing that, you know, the Knights Panther are an easier target. We are going to get the General coming down here. This is smart moves by Obi-Wan Kenobi. moving down his general here. Going to descend upon these weaker units, especially in the back as well. Ooh, they get sent flying. I don't think they're going to get back up. If they get back up, that's pretty impressive. They do not. I mean, he's going to get out of there. His morale is dropping kind of low. And the battle is just kind of very stagnant right now. There's not a lot of men down left on the field anymore. Both sides are just slowing up, just hitting into one another. So we'll triple speed it for a little bit just to wait until the Hammers of Sigmar are around. Because I want to see when they do finally get round this flank, what damage they can do. Because they're going to come up behind like pretty much both of these opponents. And that could be interesting. I feel like Lotus has this one in the bag, though. So many kills that he has racked up. Yeah, here we go. A little bit of an engagement there. But this is what I'm mainly looking forward to. So we will go ahead and put it back onto normal speed. As we do have the remainder of the Hunters of Sigmar and the Hammers of Sigmar going to come into the side of both the Panthers and also the Knights of the Black Rose. I'm doing some pretty good damage there on that charge. More of them coming in, looking to support. Now, I would really try and spread my units out. But again, Lotus just looks like he has like no men left on this infantry whatsoever. I mean, there's a lot of men, but there's like no HP. As we do have the general actually come flying down here. Gonna rout out that general. Is he still fighting? He's still fighting and doing a lot of damage at that. Honestly, some halberdiers need to maybe be dispatched to go deal with him because he is so low. His HP is kind of like extremely low. Look at that. And he is going to be doing like killing a lot of these guys right now. And there we go. A nice little dispatch there of the halberds. They will do better as they are armor piercing. And a lot of these guys can hit at a distance.
Death to the enemy! As long as we outnumber them,
He's starting to rout now the general down to 300 XP. That's going to be pretty huge if he can get out of there or not. I'm not sure. I mean, he is routing right now, so he is going to come back from routing most likely. Which is unfortunate considering he is so low and there's no missiles just to kind of pick him off and finish off his HP. We'll go back up to triple speed as well as more of the battle does continue on. We can see Lotus is almost close to 50,000, almost 60,000 points. All of the Knights of the Hammers of Sigmar are being routed right now. A few of them still have a couple like brave soldiers left as they are a little bit healthy. But not really, especially as we do have the general coming down as well, killing off the rest of these guys. Nice Panther trying their best, and they're definitely catching up in score, but they're still 8,000 behind Deadman, who was the Hammers of Sigmar. It just doesn't look like they have enough in them, and the battle does look like it's going to be drawing to a close. So cool, I'm going to go ahead and just continue to speed this up as we do get through this, kind of check out the rest of the battle itself, and then we'll be sure to look at the stats, because I want to see how many kills these Blackguard got, considering how many points they have, that is for sure. And yeah, we'll just kind of wrap up the rest of this battle as these units do just go toe to toe. Because that's the kind of a thing. You're not really going to get a mass rout in using these units just because they're all so tanky. And the morale is set so high because these are supposed to be more of a, you know, a sprinkling on top of your main army more than anything. Like you're supposed to have swordsmen and great swords and stuff like that, and then just a couple units of Knights Panther here and there, rather than just an entire army. So because of that, the battle does seem to drag on just a little bit without units mass routing or anything. There are still a few Hammers of Sigmar roaming the battlefield. But yeah, Lotus is just still... I mean, he still has a decent amount left. I mean, granted, all his HP is so low. There's like 2,000 HP left on this unit, but there's still 40 of them left. Like, that's pretty crazy. Like, one unit of, like, guns or something would just kill all of these guys. It's a real shame that no one could bring missiles. But I mean, actually, I believe there is a couple of these knightly orders which do have missiles at their disposal. As we do just see the last stand of this Knights Panther right here. Backed into a corner, halberd versus halberd. And just a pile of their brothers to the left of them as they slowly get pushed in. I mean, Genniku is still the only one out as well, which is kind of funny. There we go. I think Snowdy Kenobi and Deadman are going to be it. Biting with dust very, very soon. We do see Deadman going now. And then just what remains of this force right here. About to go down as well. There's like 4 brave men left remaining. And they're going to be slaughtered. No mercy, no survivors whatsoever. And there we have it. So the forces of Blue Lotus did come out on top. 26% of his army remaining. However, HP wise, I feel like he was extremely close to breaking with 63,000 points. That's crazy. Geneku with none of his men whatsoever. Every single percent of his army died in that battle bravely with 43,000 points. Deadman coming in with 11% of his men left, but only getting 30,000. And then finally, Snowbee 1 only getting 20,000, so not really too great. So it does look like that the Knights of the Black Rose did win this engagement, with the Knights of Everlasting Light coming second. Then the Hammers of Sigmar, and then finally the Knights Panther coming up last. So cool, hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.